Welcome back. All right, so we know moving can be stressful at any time, but moving during a pandemic sounds like it's going to be a bit more complicated, correct? Well, Wade Malloch is the regional manager for the units, moving, and portable storage. He's joining us live this morning to share it's really not too complicated. You are simplifying our lives for us here, Wade. First, we just want to say good morning to you.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
We're good. And you know, Wade, I think there's a general consensus that moving's one of the worst things that you end up having to do in life, generally speaking, you know. So how, during the pandemic, you know, you've laid out some great tips for us. And one of them is as simple as starting with the boxes. What would you recommend for folks who are looking at a move when it comes to boxes, specifically to stay safe and healthy during the move?
Well, right now, as we know, with the COVID still in place and a lot of rules and restrictions that we all have to abide by, one pro tip that we found is don't go looking for used boxes. Get you new boxes if that's the case, because that way you don't know who's really had them before you if you were getting used boxes. So you can bring the boxes back. You want to try to do all your shopping in one place, so to speak. So that's your bubble wrap, your tape, and everything else. Try to do that in one place to keep your traveling down and your interactions with other individuals as well. Lysol works good, and those are some of the best tips there that we found in our industry with all our locations throughout the U.S.
Absolutely. Hey, Wade, sticking on that for just a second, I'm curious because I know when you buy those new boxes, well, then the price obviously is going to tick up more than if you could find those old boxes at a store. Do you have any advice on how to go about finding like the best priced new boxes out there for those who may be watching?
You know, unfortunately, the big box stores have great prices on boxes. A lot of our franchises carry boxes as well, but your big box stores, they're going to have a whole section set up for moving boxes in the bubble wrap and things of that nature.
All right, Wade. Well, what about as far as, you know, cleaning goes when you're talking about actually physically packing the items? Do I need to do that before I put them on the box? I mean, all this stuff is mine anyway. What would you recommend as I load and unload this stuff?
Well, you know, they say an ounce of prevention, right? But, you know, you can gently spray your contents with some Lysol, you know, and do those type of things as well. You know, all our containers are clean and sterilized. We use wipes on the doors, and they're totally cleaned out before they're even given to another customer. We take those extra steps, and probably the majority of the time we don't even see our customers. We're in and out in about 5 minutes, and it's kind of like the postman, you know, we're here and gone just that quick.
Well, that brings up another point. I mean, some people say, hey, I don't even want to deal with the packing. I'd like to have someone come pack the house for me if possible. During this time, of course, there might be some concerns with that. You know, is your particular company taking precautions? What do you recommend people look out for to know that it's okay to have someone in your home, you know, not only moving these boxes, but potentially packing them as well?
Absolutely. You'd want to make sure that you screen them and ask the right questions, such as, you know, will your staff be wearing safety PPE equipment? Well, you know, has anybody tested positive? Or, you know, what are your safety checks in place to make sure that everybody that's coming to my home is protecting themselves as well as me protecting myself? So it pays to do a little due diligence and make sure you ask those questions. Pretty much what the news has been saying for the last few months now.
Absolutely. And Wade, I see there's a big portable storage unit behind you. When would you recommend the use of one of those? What kind of move does that best apply to for folks that may be looking, again, at an upcoming move?
Well, you know, the great thing with units, we go from basically the Carolinas to California and parts in between, just like y'all were talking about the Midwest earlier. So, yeah, we follow that wagon trail, too, so to speak. But our containers are used for restoration around homes or businesses, and we do local and regional moves and national moves, and all our containers are 100% weatherproof, critter-proof. We've got the best containers in the industry, honestly, to be quite honest.
Well, and I know sometimes, though, if you rent a storage unit, it has to be for a certain length of time. It's not like you can rent a unit, have it for a day or two, and then try to go on your move. Is that correct? Or how does that work in particular with a lot of those portable storage moving companies?
Well, with us, you can have it as long as you like it, whether it sits on your property or in one of our climate-controlled storage facilities. We've had people that have been with us for 10 years plus, and you have to wonder sometimes what's in those containers after 10 years and, what value does it hold? But a lot of people don't like to throw away things. And that was something you were talking about in your moving. Moving's one of the most stressful things. But we like to tell people, when's the last time you read a book twice? Declutter a little bit, get rid of those things you're not wearing, but only once a year or whatever. But we see containers for all kind of purposes, from restaurants to hospitals to restoration projects, high schools and colleges as well.
All right, Wade and Malloch with Units Moving and Portable Storage. Thank you for your time this morning. We've got the info if you want more from unitstorage.com. They're on your screen. In the meantime, thank you, Wade, for kind of easing, concerns a little bit. The move is doable even during all this. We appreciate you.
Thank you much. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.